Bop! Howdy hey, this is Frakbox, and I'm here with TruBluBlur.
Long time no see.
And Omega Wolf. Depression cured. Atheism cured.
Oh no! Oh no. So much wrong. Oh hey, I should look at the map.
So
there is
we're
no map.
so
well,
we're
there's
in
a map of the room I've got.
So right now
Okay.
we are in the core of Charleston, West Virginia. As you can tell, these are the Blue Ridge Mountains, and this is the Shenandoah River. As it feeds underneath the mountains, it starts off as lava.
Right.
Try using the iron boots.
Yeah,
there.
the boots. Gotta stop that flow.
Oh, break open the thing.
So that button just plays the national anthem over the speakers, right?
Right.
They
There
have
comes the great belly of the beast.
Shenandoah River.
Oh, that was
Okay, you have to
far.
run. Sprint, child. Sprint.
So if this is the first episode that you're watching, for some reason,
I'm sorry.
Go across. You guys go.
It's okay, I'm past it.
if this is the first episode you're watching, I'm sorry.
Right?
You're gonna be so lost.
So
It's true.
We were talking. We were talking earlier
Lost in West Virginia.
about how the sense it kind of just came up that the Gorons are the West Virginians. Once, like, if I were to hit it big,
have to
hypothetically,
go
not
back
that I
across,
assume that this channel's gonna go, hit it
Going
big or anything.
around.
But
Go out of the cage, around the outside.
I would take it as a sign that I had
I
made
can't.
it. If somebody edited Urban Dictionary and made an entry for West Virginia
oh, I see.
and said underneath
Oh, I see what I did.
the Gorons in Twilight Princess,
That would be like totally. If you're looking for a claim to fame, that would count, man.
West Virginians, Gorons from Twilight Princess. That would make me very happy.
Oh boy.
Because, I mean, for one, that would mean that somebody actually watched this episode.
You are burning.
By the way, Omega Wolf, don't go to Urban Dictionary.
Ever.
I am aware.
It's one of those places that you probably couldn't tolerate. Lots of
Kill him
naughty
without the
definitions.
arrow. I need my bow and arrow. I assume
I
that's
think I've
soon.
been there once or twice.
Yeah, I mean, it's useful for when, because I'm getting to the age now where there's a lot of words I don't recognize in the popular lexicon that the kids are using these days. I remember when I was one of those kids making up new words 10 years ago.
Pretty sure the term for that is vernacular.
The vernacular?
Yeah.
I mean, we could
the
look-
common usage of what's currently. Yeah.
All that effort for 20 words.
Well, lexicon is also an
I
acceptable
mean, you
word,
know,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Yes, but I think it's more specific, actually. Where did that take me?
Vernacular definition?
You ever just had a good
Here's the
burp
definition
after
of
you
vernacular.
get really
The
full?
language or dialect spoken by the ordinary people in a particular country or region.
So,
And just
I
everything
guess
feels
in
better.
a loose sense, lexicon could work, but vernacular. Well, vernacular I guess would be more accurate. But let me see, lexicon. Lexicon definition.
Here's the definition of lexicon. The vocabulary of a person, language, or branch of knowledge.
Yeah, I guess both would fit. Both lexicon and vernacular. Because I mean, the vocabulary of a person. Some people have different vocabularies based off of the colloquial usage, jargon,
yeah.
based off their slang. So yeah, both could fit, but you'd probably have to just one, like a conversation about one doesn't necessarily mean about another. I guess it's in certain contexts.
Yeah, for
called
sure.
jargon.
Oh my gosh.
Jargon.
It's an
English
actual
has a
thing.
lot of words for a lot of very similar concepts. It's it's interesting is how many. So English has more words in it than like every other language. We also
And it
have
just
more
keeps
Wikipedia
stealing
pages.
other words whenever it doesn't have a word.
So there's
Ignore them.
there's a trait of English speakers to not learn another language,
Yeah.
and this is common even in like England. But in America, most of the people who know a second language only know that second language because their parents spoke that language.
Yeah, that's pretty common.
In England, that's less common. But, like, we're close to... in America, I think, like, 40% of the population, maybe like 30 to 40% of the population speak a second language, which is really low compared to most of the world.
Thanks, American education system.
Well, I mean, like, with...
We all need to go to Finland.
learn the hardest language for... What do you think is the hardest language for English speakers to learn? Because
Well,
I know what
Finland
the
is
answer
a Category 5, or Finnish is a Category 5 language, as well as Russian.
Isn't Russian 4?
No, it's a 5.
Is it a 5? I thought Japanese was... I guess
Japanese is a 5.
Because Japanese is way harder than Russian.
Well, I guess the categories are broader than that.
Well, I guess because Russian is also really hard to learn.
Well, German is the only Category 2
Yeah.
language for an English speaker.
They needed a category for languages that are harder than level 1, but just barely so.
Yeah. But,
'cause-
like, Finnish is not related to any of the languages around it. And then Japan is just so far away that it's developed without contact with English for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were... So the language that... Because they went from, like, a medieval language to basically becoming a modern society. And so a lot of their culture kind of reflects the fact that, like, when contact was first made with them, with the outside world... well, I say the outside world. I mean more like Europe. They were still a medieval country, for the most part.
Right.
Their system of government was still...
Oh my god.
It's like the Watchers showing younger civilizations what nuclear technology is.
Basically, it's you know, we like to think of, like, with our European minds, we like to think that society runs on like a direct path to
right.
from like being advanced to not being or from not being advanced to being advanced. It's like it's a linear progression, and it's not like that at all. Because, like, if you were to, like, plop, like, take some city in Europe and just plop it down somewhere in Africa, that city would probably die. Like, the people would all die. Because you can't really, you know, the technologies that were learned, being where it is, were necessary to be learned for where it is. In Africa, it's a whole different ball game, you know.
Because the rules are different.
A lot of, like, just for farming, for example. Like, in Europe, the seasons and, like, what seasons you can put down crops is very regular.
What have you done?
That was definitely unfortunate.
Wow.
You just, like, murdered him brutally.
Toss it into the fire!
Please have a heart.
Isildur!
Not you!
No. What were we talking about? We're talking about
how regions affect.
Oh, right. Okay. So like in Africa, though,
But
in
what
a lot
about
of
them dolphins?
in a lot of places, the seasons aren't very regular,
No, sideways.
and so
That didn't
farming isn't really as easy. And the types of crops you can grow aren't as they have to be more hardy. And so,
Crumb.
you know, if you took somebody with a background in, like, European-style farming and just plopped them down in Africa, they're going to have to take, like, a crash course or something, or they're going to die. So,
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
different areas have different necessities as far as what you need to know. And just Europe, the climate, lended itself to being on easy mode, basically. You know, farming is still hard, but, like, when you have regular seasons, I mean, come on. So, I don't know what my major point was, but I guess Japan, like, the things, you know, their culture is very much shaped from being so alone for so long.
Right. Yeah.
And then paired with the fact that every single time they've been invaded by a foreigner, they have been able to make them go
Push them
away.
back.
I mean, because the major times they were invaded by a foreigner was the Mongols. The Mongols tried to invade them twice, and both, like, a hurricane help them win. So they had this idea of like the divine entities were helping them,
Right.
and so that probably helped to. I mean, I don't know much about Japan, but I would imagine that if you already had this sense that like you were separate from the rest of the world, and that you were living in this like feudalistic, very religious society, and you already thought you were very special, and then the Mongols come and a
Crumb!
and two different hurricanes, when they try to invade 2 different times, decimate their forces.
Yeah.
That's gonna change your culture. It's gonna make you think that your culture's better. You know, that you're being protected by the gods.
Right.
So it kind of makes sense that like a medieval society kind of stayed with them for so long. So I don't know. I think that's an interesting topic of discussion.
Yeah.
It makes sense. And then once, you know, and it kind of makes sense like when, like during World War II, when they were basically taking over everything. They thought they were unstoppable. They thought they had God on their side, basically, or the gods, or, you know, their
spirits.
ancestors. Or
Right.
their ancestors, or the spirits, or what have you.
Yeah, for sure.
So it kind of makes sense that they acted like that. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, but that was quite a long monologue. I could be completely wrong. I know very few Japanese people, so
Right, yeah.
that's just you know what I assume. But
Have you met any dolphins though?
have I met any dolphins?
Yeah.
No, I've never met a dolphin. Yet I know so much about them. For those of you who don't know, it's a running joke on the channel that I talk about dolphins a lot. Like how intelligent they are. And usually whenever I go on a giant monologue about how intelligent dolphins are, I put dolphins in the thumbnail.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like talking about dolphins dolphins right now. Because I'll be talking for the next like 15 minutes.
I can't remember what the point of that was.
I think you're
So
supposed
you can go around and
yeah.
go through.
Okay.
Yeah, so that wall was
So
blocking
where
the
do
thing.
I go?
You might want to pull out it again.
I'm gonna take a look first at
Um,
where I'm supposed to be going. I go all this. Shut up, Minna.
She's trying to help you.
Yes, her help is so vague, just like Navi. Okay.
but I
so
guess
I go
also,
to there and
yeah,
then across.
okay, so it should be pretty easy. So
Yeah.
I guess also commenting on that, also the fact
Don't
that
jump into
I
the
almost,
lava.
I almost did.
something I've talked about before is the idea of Galapagosization.
I
I don't know if you remember that term, but there's a Wikipedia page about it, Galapagosization, and it's the idea that cultures that that are on islands have different cultural niches than mainland cultures. Mainly, they have different, you know, wants and needs, and their society reflects
All right,
that.
You could
So,
have made it.
different. Looks like I'm in the wall. I wonder if there's.
I gotta time the flame pillars
Yeah.
so that I don't have to wait.
So the things that Japanese people want, as far as in their culture, like the consumer products, they're kind of tailor-made for Japanese people. So like companies, when they're going for like a foreign market, they might not necessarily understand what consumers want in the foreign market.
Like America.
Sony has done a pretty good job of knowing what they want, but like Nintendo kind of just does their own thing. Nintendo kind of sees
Oh, I
themselves
can't
more as
pause
like,
it. Okay.
oh, that's weird.
Why?
Can I do it with the boots on?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, I
yes.
guess, okay, there we go.
Okay.
Weird.
So that'll let me take a
Go,
look.
go, go, go.
No, I can't see what the pillar's doing.
I'm pretty sure they're going all at the same time.
Are they?
Oh, that's a possibility.
So, gotta
So,
keep
like, go
pulling
down?
until those go down. Now.
Ah!
Yeah, no.
Okay, that was not quite the right timing.
So you want to start running while the
Well, it's
pillars
still
are
up,
While it's
yeah.
still up, yeah.
Or like 2 seconds after it goes up.
Is this the puzzle that's gonna make us take the longest
No.
time?
Okay. I really hope not.
Jump, buddy, jump, 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 jump.
Okay.
There we
Forward!
go. So,
Did the thing.
Omega Wolf, You have been
face.
studying German, right?
Off and on.
How long have you been studying German?
I started doing it in Rexburg a couple months ago.
You didn't take it in high school?
No, actually, our high school only did Spanish.
Right. Did they? Oh, I thought they got more languages after I left.
Nope, just Spanish.
Strange. Because, I mean, we
Well,
have...
there's not a lot of German speakers in our part of the United States.
True. And
Because
I guess...
why
Whoa.
would they be?
Oh!
Magnets.
How nifty. I guess, yeah, it would be... German wouldn't be as necessarily useful for an English speaker.
No, it used to be required, according to a guy that we would both know from back when you were going to church.
Oh, who's this guy?
But he
Another elder.
said that he had to learn it because it was German. In Germany was where all the engineering stuff was coming from,
Oh, right, yeah.
and so that's why he had to learn it.
Yeah.
But it's no longer all about Germany, so
Yeah. Oh, we got a...
it's not quite so necessary.
Is this isn't the one... This isn't Darbus.
No, it's not. He's probably going to be the boss.
Probably.
Can we sumo wrestle him?
This
I don't,
guy?
I don't think so. Probably wouldn't need the boots.
Oh, probably not.
You don't know. He's a scrappy West Virginian, see?
Those West Virginians are pretty scrappy. So after we open this chest, we should probably call the episode.
All right, sure.
What were you trying to ask me about for...
I don't remember. I think based off of your level of German comprehension, I was going to ask you some questions. But so how well do you speak German then? Oh wait, hold on, don't answer that. We'll answer that in the next episode.
I was just going to do these little chests.
Don't do
before
it.
Talking.
Don't do it. Okay, so this is Frakbox.
It's TruBluBlur.
Yeet.